I know that definitely wasn't perfect. I think one of the things we tried to do today was the 6-2 split forwards versus back was to really get a physical performance out there. I think tactically and technically there was definitely some mistakes and errors, but I thought the way the guys physically pitched was what we wanted to get out of this game. I think if we as South Africans want to go all the way, that's something that we need in our game. And we felt in the previous 5 or 6 test matches we've played this year, it wasn't really consistent. And I thought in this specific test match, our physicality, which is one of our strengths, was there consistently through the game, and I'm really proud about that.
Front here. Yep.
Rassie, having said that though, scoring 7 tries and being so physically imposing must be really pleasing considering some of the upsets in this tournament. We saw what Japan did to Ireland, and you said this game was almost like a slippery game again.
Yes, definitely. I think, you know, for me, the Ireland-Japan game in their pool, and then in our pool, the Italy game was the 2 games that was always going to be those determining after we lost to New Zealand, you know, who's going to progress. And even though Italy haven't won against a Tier 1 nation and lost a lot of test matches, they really haven't won. They were always close and they always did well. For example, I think they beat Russia something like 85-5 the previous time they played. And if you just watch the way Ireland struggled against Russia the other day, they really a well-coached team. You know, Connor is a sharp coach. They've got Treviso went really far in Pro 14 a couple of months ago. So we were nervous about this game, and we totally in playoff mode. And when you get to that stage, everybody's a little bit more nervous. So 1 box ticked. We now know there's a Canada game, and then after that, hopefully 3 other games that's going to be in the same frame of mind in terms of intensity, expectations, pressure, big moments, and those kind of things. And it was a good test for us, so we're pretty happy with how we handled that.
In the back, and then we'll come to you.
Rassie, what kind of attacking polish do you need to add before the knockout phase?
No, we definitely have to get better on the attacking side. You know, as you saw, New Zealand scored 9 tries 2 nights ago, and we scored 9 tries 2 nights ago. They scored it in different ways, and we scored it in different ways. You know, I think some people enjoy the way New Zealand scored tries, and we enjoy the way we score tries. And tonight we scored, I'm not sure how many tries against Italy, and we enjoy the way we score tries. So some people enjoy it, some people don't, but we have a certain style that we play. We've got certain types of players. We play to our strengths. We know currently the way we perform tonight is probably good enough to get us through to quarterfinals. We know we have to have some improvements on attack, definitely, to progress to semi-finals and finals. But we also, that's not the only area where we have to improve. I thought we were better at scrum time against good Italian pack. Until they went uncontested, we were good in the mauling, we were good at the breakdown, in the physical areas, but then surprisingly, we were bad at this discipline when we were defending. We were good at defending, but our discipline on defending was bad. So I wouldn't single out attack as one of the big worries, because we're currently scoring tries, and we're right up there with the amount of tries New Zealand is scoring, and some of the other teams are scoring in the humid weather and the difficult conditions. So we're pretty happy with the amount of points we're currently putting on the scoreboard.
Still translating. Okay.
Rassie, how would you describe Cheslin's performance tonight? And did he injure his ankle?
No, his ankle's fine. Obviously, with the 6-2 split, Hendrik, you always take a few chances. Luckily, Connor also took a few chances with a 6-2 split, so that more or less evened out the risk factor. But yes, he played a wonderful game. I mean, both on attack, on defense, aerially, he was just fantastic. I think at this stage he must be one of the players in the world with Severies and players like Damien McKenzie and those kind of guys who's got just X factor who can do something out of nothing. It's wonderful to have him in our team. Yes, so it's great to have him there. Nothing major happened to his ankle. We didn't have another reserve on the bench. So yeah, we rolled his ankle a little bit, but we're up. They also had a red card. There were only a minute and a half left in the game, so we just thought the best thing was to get him off the park and play out the last minute or two with 14 men.
So,
Siya, just in terms of the intensity, particularly in that first half, the guys really climbed in physically. Do you think it was perhaps a step up even from the performance against the All Blacks? Just a way that tenacity and really getting worked up?
Yeah, I definitely think we did step up a lot today, and it was from the first minute. And I think the scrums as well, when we start, to see a guy like be so keen, to scrum every penalty we got, how crazy he goes, it really inspires us as a team. And, that's all the coach asks us for. It's intensity and work rate, and that's all we had to do today. And we, like you said, we did do well on that, and obviously we'll work a bit more on attack, but we know each other. We're really good at being physical, and that's what South Africa's always been. And doesn't matter if it's ugly or not, as long as we can get over the line and we can bring the intensity and hard work.
we've got two more in the middle here and in the front.
Rassie, just your thoughts on the uncontested scrums, a positive or a negative in terms of not getting a full 80 minutes of your forward packs not being able to scrum?
If it was any other coach, I would say it was planned, but because it's Connor and I know him really well, I would say it's bad luck. I would say it's an injury. It's one of those things. You can't predict that. You got the prop, I think the one was HIA, and the other one was a rib injury. It is bad luck for them. Luckily, both of us had a 6-2 split, so it more or less evened out. He's an honest man. He's a good coach. He's a guy when you coach against, there's no funny tricks in terms of cheating. He had some funny tricks against England with a breakdown and stuff like that, but that's more in the spirit of the game. So no, it's just, I think we can't moan about that, What you lose at scrum time, you gain in maul stopping and breakdown work, so the props were pretty fresh when it comes to things outside the scrum. So yeah, it was just one of those things. I don't think there's anything to look in further into that. It's just bad luck.
Did you still have a question in the front?
Rassie, was there a specific turning point for you in the game?
Yeah, I think the turning point was actually, I'm not sure if the score was 17 nil or whatever, but they were actually on our try line, and when they got the red card, I'm not sure, it could have been more, 24 nil or whatever, but they were definitely not threatening. They were threatening the whole time, and they might not have a lot of X-factor players, but the way Connor coach and Michael Cat coaches and Marius Goosen coaches, they play towards their strengths. And they've always shown, as I said, they've given some proper scores against some proper teams this year. They haven't beat a Tier 1 nation for a while, but they really know how to play towards their strengths. And then I thought when they got the red card, I thought then it was game over for them, because we were physically dominating them, but then after they were only down to 14 men, it really got a little bit easier for us in terms of playing patterns. They didn't have a blind wing when we went to the blind side. We could kick cross kicks onto them, so we could really manipulate the defense a lot. So I was nervous until that point, but so yes, I thought that made it really much easier for us.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The mix zone will open shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you.